Good afternoon, this is Nicholas from Gandora Gaming, and I bring you guys my beautiful deck profile for you today. Now, this is different from the standard ones. Usually I would show you guys my beautiful cards, but sadly, I kind of want to show off some test videos of like this deck in action. The whole point of his deck is to special summon out Masquerade, and that's it. This is Tearlaments branded. I know there's like 5 different better versions of this deck at this point. Everyone thought this was going to be the best one. And then the Danger, Lunalight. There's like 12 different versions now. There's like 3 or 4 of them that are better than the branded version. I still like the branded version. I'm going to wait till the ban list until I make an update on that deck profile. But until then, I kind of just want to show off a cheeky little thing you can do with the branded version. And the time being while I'm still owning the cards. So right now, this is branded Tearlaments, as you all know. It's a little different from the list I showed you guys before. Not much. I think I'm only playing 1 copy of Fallen of Albas. I think I was playing 2 still back then. And I definitely know I was playing King of the Swamp. Now, this isn't the best build, but I feel like this build is just a cheeky way of showing off Masquerade, the Burning Dragon. Now, if you don't know what Masquerade does, the whole point of him is that he burns your opponent 600 for every time they activate a card effect, which is nuts. So the whole idea is to turbo out 3 of these guys going first with a monster negate in order to basically stop your opponent from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Because they can play just fine, but if they have to play through burning effects every time they do anything, they're not going to be able to win the game. These guys with the field spell on the field are 3,000 attacks, and they're burning for every card effect by 600 each. And if you can spam 3 of these guys on the field, which is very easy with the Tearlaments, then you're just winning the game by burning them out. Now, I know everyone says the last life point is the only life point that matters, but if they're wasting all their resources and all their life points just to clear these dudes, and then you can just full combo them next turn, what does it matter? I have burned so many people with these today that it's kind of ridiculous, and I can't wait to show you guys some videos. And I hope you guys enjoy. This deck is kind of goofy. You're not supposed to play 3, but ever since Braided Despia came out, I always wanted to turbo out 3 and see what it could do. One of my favorite cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was starting out was Chain Energy, which is a continuous spell that's really old. That says for every time your opponent places a card on field, burn them for 500. I thought it would be cheeky if we add 3 of those into this deck. But honestly, I think it's a little too cheesy. So I feel like this version's fine. If you want, you could take out the Patricks and put in 3 Chain Energy and put in 2 more Shadal cards instead of the Edgem cards. And then there you go. Another card I tried out is the Trickstar Burn card. The Doorway card that basically says every time your opponent burns for life points, they inflict another additional 300. I thought that was just a little too cheeky. I like Chain Energy more. I ended up cutting both because I opened hands where I could only make 1, and that was about it. So let's go straight into the replays, and we'll go from there. All right, so let's see how far he can go. This is my hand going first. Let's see what I can do. All right, so my opponent ashed me, and he's still going to lose. As you can see, he's playing the Wind Witch engine, and he's just going to die. Every time he activates an effect, he's burning for 18. Every time he summons out a Wind Witch, he's going to burn for 800. Even if, and he does, summon a Crystal Wing, it doesn't matter because he's going to have so little life points, he can't activate effects. So watch, he's at 800, he makes Crystal Wing, and that's it. He can't activate the Crystal Wing. It's just a 3,000 beat stick. It's Blue Eyes as a synchro because he can no longer activate effects. Literally, anything I had to do is a top deck and he loses. I have 5 bodies as shields. Any card does it, and of course I draw Rhinoheart, and he just loses. I can make anything right now. He can't negate with the Crystal Wing because he's only at 800 life points, thus he's going to die. And I just go for Quadralus, and that's just the end of it. I turn his attack to 0. He can't negate because he'll die. And I just attack for game. And what is he going to do about it? Nothing. Is this cheeky? Absolutely. Is this not a meta deck? Absolutely. But I hope it shows you how quickly a person can go down to 0 when you're burning them for literally 1,800 per effect. It's ridiculous. Let's try to show off a couple more. This is just the first example, and we will go from there. This is my hand. Let's see where I go. Now, this isn't a good hand. Let's see how far I can push it. Sorry about this one. This is the end board I made. Sadly, the rest of these videos are going to be against the AI. I think they all are, actually, now that I think about it. Because every time I gotta go against an opponent, I either make a crazy board and they just quit before I do anything. Or basically they quit on the activation of one tier element card. It's really stupid. That's the thing when you play online. There's no really stakes when it comes to dueling Nexus. There's no like D-ranking because there is no... Well, I guess we could play on rank, but I don't want to. It's trying to be a quick video. So I'm going against the AI, and the AI looks like it's playing banned cards. But it doesn't really matter because even with banned cards, as you can see, we're burning them for ridiculous amounts of damage. I hopefully will show a video with a real person, but I don't think so. As you can see, he's just activating effects, and... he's just dead right there. Then what are you going to do? One grass activation equals total death from a 3 masquerade board. Plus, I had a Mary Jane on field. I just feel like this deck's insane. I know it's against an AI. I know they're playing banned cards. I know it isn't like the most perfect way of showing this. But I'm hoping that the end boards and how quickly they're dying is at least showing how powerful this deck can be. And how goofy a concept of 3 masquerade and how dangerous that actually is. Alright, so I did manage to get some footage of an actual person. This guy's blonde. I sped up the footage to 8 speed. I guess I just kind of want to show you guys what this guy can do. Now, this is an example of someone able to clearing the board, but not having enough life points or follow-up to do anything else. So, he's playing Blue Eyes. He's going to dedicate his entire hand, I believe, to breaking the board. But that's about it. So I'm going at full speed here. So I kind of just want to wait for him to do something. He's kind of contemplating, seeing what he's doing. He's playing the Synchro Fusion version of this deck, which is arguably the better version. It's a rogue deck, but it's still, hey, he's burning. I'm showing off the burn against a lot of opponents, so there you go. He's activating Monster Reborn, which is a nice one-of. And let's see how far he can go. So I believe... if I remember correctly, because this is earlier in the day, he does summon out Tyrant Dragon. See, I leave him with 800 life points. He can no longer activate effects as long as Masquerade is on the board. He has to use his entire hand in order to go into the Tyrant Dragon, which I believe attacks all monsters. Yeah, as you can see, he's sending all his cards besides 2. And he's going to go into it in a second as soon as all these chains resolve. And bam, there goes him, and there goes the Tyrant Dragon. Sadly, we do not have the field spell, so all these guys aren't big, but it's fine because, again, we have 8,000 life points, and he's at 800 life points. All you have to do is poke him, and he's dead. We have a branded opening and a Hoffiness in hand, so if he tries anything, he's dead anyway. So let's just see where he goes. He's going to clear the board because this guy attacks every special summon monster, which is kind of nuts. And I'm not sure what happens there. I think I was still charging my phone at the time. Sorry about that. And, alright, so he cleared the board. He attacked all the monsters. And now he's using some draw cards. Let's see what he ends on. I believe he just passes on this. And because of that, he just loses. So I summon out this guy back. I still have a Hoffiness in hand, so I'm kind of waiting on him to do anything. I believe he summons out the XYZ, the rank 8. Let's see what he does here. Yep, here he comes. Here comes these two. Let's make the rank 8, and let's see what happens from here. So I just have a meat shield. I kind of summon this guy as bait because I kind of want him to activate an effect on field so I can trigger off this Hoffiness. It doesn't really matter if it triggers or not because I can always just brand it open, pitch it on my turn, and trigger it that way. But I kind of just want to see where this goes. So my opponent is contemplating some more. He's debating on what he's doing. And he decides to go into the big XYZ. He uses all 3 of them, which I think is crazy. I believe he detaches the what's it called? The new one, the Jet Dragon. And he's trying to pop him, which is fine. We're going to chain the Hoffiness. And I believe we just chain the Hoffiness. Bam. We mill. And now we get 2 triggers. And this is the end of the game. We protect with branded opening. We fusion twice because we hit Serene and Merly. And at this point, it doesn't matter what he does because we're just fusion summoning on his turn. He has no resources. He has nothing. And here comes a Predaplant Predactylia. And here comes a Rhino Heart. We're going to shuffle back his XYZ. And he's just going to lose. We're going to leave him with a Tyrant Dragon. You know, he's bigger than everyone. It doesn't really matter because we just had to complete one fusion summon on his turn. And we shuffle back that guy. So it doesn't really matter. We'll negate him just because. Why not? And we'll make him a level 1. He shuffled back his XYZ. And, yeah. Now this is a commanding board state. All we got to do is top deck anything. And, hey, there's a Merly. Hey, there's Branded Opening. And it's over. Any fusion summon does it. We'll just make the other burn dude. Why not? We'll summon out the burn guy from the grave. And then we'll just make another burn dude and then shuffle back his Tyrant Dragon and just go for game. This deck, like I said, is crazy. And of course, it is Tearlaments, so you're probably thinking, why don't you just make the normal tier board? Well, I just want to show a fun-off combo. And like that, we'll activate you, fusion summon, and then trigger off the dude and shuffle him back into the deck. And that's just an easy game. I hope you guys enjoy these videos. This is my first one actually showing live footage of a duel when it comes to online. So I hope you guys enjoy. I'm just kind of pressing buttons at this point. And, yeah, he just loses. I can keep comboing him from here. I can activate Brand Fusion and do it all over again. But what's the point? I just go straight into battle. We make our third Masquerade again because we shuffled it back. And that's just the end of the game, man. GG. Well played. And battle phase. Y'all have a good one. Take care. Don't do anything stupid. See ya.